Okay guys, welcome to another episode of Bull Prospecting. Here's what we got today. We got some four-legged IC chips. These are the bigger ones. So we're going to weigh these up, see what we got here.
Hey.
We have, let's see. Alright, we got 1 pound, 6 ounces. So let's go ahead and start processing these bad boys. Okay guys, we want to get rid of all these legs here. So you'll see that you get stuff like this where it's got these legs. We need to get rid of those. We don't want those in the mix when we're doing this stuff. So let's go ahead and just try to get any of this crap off of here. But now we need to eat up all the legs on these guys. So first we're going to add a dash of some hydrochloric. Just enough to cover them. Okay, there's that. Shake it down a little bit, make sure all your chips are down in there. Okay, now for the next step, we need our cess flow. Now we're going to give it a shake and get out of Dodge. We'll come back and check it in a couple minutes. Alright guys, now here we got them all nice and clean. Look at that. I mean, this, and I left these in overnight. Look at how perfect they are. Perfect. Look, there's not a drop of metal sticking out of these things at all. I mean, look at how perfect that is. Look at that. I'm trying to zoom in on it. Such a pain in the butt sometimes. Man, that is awesome, dude. Look at how clean that is. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Look at look at how clean that is. These all had metal legs sticking out of them. Look at, now they look like just plastic. And I left them in overnight so that I would get all the metal off of these. Look at how perfect these came out, guys. Yeah, buddy. And they're all clean. We got 100% clean. Even these guys, you know how these have the little metal tabs in them? All clean. All 100% clean. Look at that, man. That's awesome, dude. So these are all 100% clean. Now it's time to put them in our pyrolizing can. I started putting them in there, and I'm like, oh, man, I got to record it. So we're going to go ahead and put these in there. And I got my brother here visiting. So I figured, oh, you know what? We'll have a nice little fire and do some pyrolization. So let's get busy. All right, guys. So if you come over here, you can kind of see our can is in there. We got all our sticks around it. We have all our chips in there. And now we're ready to pyrolyze it. And get to the next step. So let's set these bad boys ablaze. Incineration, total incineration, environmentally friendly. So that's why we do it this way, and the results are great, as you could tell from the last video. So this video, I believe our yield is going to be way higher because our chips are a lot bigger. So let's fire this bad boy up. There's the can. Look at how red that bad boy is. That's what you want to see. That's how you know you're getting 100% pyrolization. Look at that. You can actually see the blue and the greens. That's not the copper burning up from the chips. Rather, when they weld the MAP gas can together, they actually use copper. So what you're seeing there is copper just being evaporated. But how crazy is that? Look how red that bad boy is, man. Whoa.
Be amazed if the can didn't melt at that temperature.
Well, it's super thick.
Right.
That's why I went with that kind.
Right.
Man, look at it. It's glowing like a son of a gun.
Dude, it'd be, I mean, neither one of us drink, but years ago, if we get a...
Okay, guys, I'm switching it up a little bit. Even though we got pyrolization, I want to make sure that we get everything white. And the reason being is because, yeah, you know, it's still crunching up, but we're still getting a lot of carbon in our solution. It's staining our solution. So this actually works better. So when I pyrolyze and then I put it in here, then when I go ahead and heat these up, it's like there's like literally no like smoke. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Usually when you do this, there's smoke and it's nasty and all this, but when you pyrolyze it, you get rid of all the contaminants. So now you can literally just go through and do this, you know, and not get blasted in the face with chemicals. So I'm going to go ahead and whiten these all up and then process them. This is how we're going to do it from here on out. We're going to pyrolyze. Well, first we're going to go AP. From AP, we're going to pyrolyze. From pyrolyzing, we're going to burn. And then go ahead and then run these through the cruncher. So we're going to get these all white and then throw them in the tumbler. But look at that, no smoke. No smell, nothing. So pyrolizing is the way to go. Okay, guys, it's all done. They're all clean and nice and white. So that's how we're going to do it from now on. We're going to pyrolyze them, and then from pyrolization, after they're done being pyrolyzed, we're going to toss them in here and finish them off. And the reason I like to do that is because when I put them in here, there's really no smoke. There's nothing in your face. If I were to just do this straight with a blowtorch, there'd be stuff all coming off. It'd be a nightmare. But when you pyrolyze, you get rid of all that chemical. You get rid of all that nastiness. And it allows you to deal with this stuff a lot easier. So that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to go from the can, after we put them in the pyrolyzer can, from the can to the iron pan, from the iron pan to the tumbler. So that's what we got. Nice and white. And this is our standard from here on forward. So let's get to the next step. All right, guys, so we got all the material in this guy, and then we got the rest of it in here. And if you don't have steel balls, all you need is some just like old nuts and bolts or anything that has weight. And just toss them in your tumbler and set it and forget it. So we got them both filled up. We're going to put the top on this guy and get to tumbling. So that's the next step. Okay, guys, so I put all the material in the tumbler, and it's been there for 2 days. So now it's time to take our material and put it in a bucket. And what I'm going to use this time is for a surfactant is Poolmate Dropout. It's a liquid flocculant. And what this does is this helps fine particles drop out a lot faster so you can get rid of more of the debris that's not needed. So we're going to pour a little bit of that in there. Figure 2 caps for each barrel. Okay. Let's see how we did. It looks like we had some material come out. Whoa, that's nice. Look at how nice and fine that is. Look at that. It's like a talcum powder. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, so when I was up, I found this old mine up in the mountains, and I found one of their old drill bits. So I kept it and figured I'd use it here for the rock tumbler. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff stuck to the sides. Yeah, it was 2 days I left it spinning. It came out sweet, man. This top's sometimes gonna be such a bear to get off. Look at that. How fine that is. It's perfect. Now we're gonna get some gloves on and get our tumbler pieces out of there. Let's see here. This is that big drill bit I found. Go ahead and spray it off. I'll put this on a mist. Yeah, so this is one of the old drill bits I found up in one of the old mines. How cool is that? Let's see if I can zoom in on this for you. Yeah, but that's an old mine bit from an old mine. I'd say I'd say mid 19th century. It's cool, right? Get the rest of them out. like it almost seems like these became magnetized. Stuff stuck to it. Alright guys, so I'm going to clean all these bits off, and then we'll get to the next step. We'll get these all nice and clean, and then we'll get to rinsing. And notice how I'm pouring the water around the sides. You don't want to pour it straight in because that causes splash, and you don't want any splash when you're doing this stuff. So now what we're going to do, we're going to stir it up. So now what we want to do, we just want to stir it. Oh, looks like I still got something in there. Oh, yep, I do. And I just clean my hands too. But isn't that how it works? Go ahead. Oh, I forgot about this bolt. You want to clean them threads real good because you get that gold stuck in between them threads. I'm going to get rid of this bolt here soon and replace it with a bolt instead. I mean a nut. Stir it up. And by doing this, you put everything, all your heavy minerals and all your heavy stuff is going to go right to the center of this bucket. Okay, now we're just going to let that sit. Okay, just got to keep rinsing it. Now what do? every time I rinse it. So I add some water, and then I count to 45. That's enough time for all the sediment to settle, and then I dump and repeat. So now I'm going to dump this because we're past our 45-second limit, and then repeat that process several times until we're down to just our materials. Okay guys, there it is after rinsing. That looks pretty decent, man. That's a lot of gold. And I rinsed it out big time, so there's not a lot of carbon in this. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go with water and nitric to get rid of all the base metals. And then we're just going to take the sediment and melt it down. We're going to have a dirty gold. That's okay because we're going to refine it all later. But not bad, huh? All right. Put some sauce in there. Okay guys, it's really cold and windy, but the only thing we got in there right now is water and nitric acid. And I got no heat on it. The sunlight's doing it all. So we're going to go ahead, let that run its course, get rid of all those base metals, and then filter it out and melt our sediment. Okay guys, there it is. But I did notice we have some silicon chips in there. Usually what I'll do is I'll just, I don't know how I could possibly have silicon chips in there, but they must have got through. Usually I screen it before I put it in there, but I didn't do that this time. I just went for it. So I got some fine stuff in there. So I'm going to put a little bit more nitric in, and then if we have any more debris in there, if we got any big chunks of anything, what we're going to have to do is rinse all this stuff out of here, which contains base metals, doesn't contain any gold, and then take whatever's left and try to put it right into Aqua Regia. I mean, we still get a dirty gold, but it'll be a little bit cleaner than what we were going to have. So we're going to add some more nitric now. Okay guys, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to add a little bit of sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. This way we can get rid of any lead that may be in there as well, and also rejuvenate the solution at the same time. So we're going to add some of that. Okay, you can see the reaction has started back up again, which is good. So now we're going to let this do its thing, and hopefully next time we come check it, we've deleted all base metals and we can collect the sludge. But if not, there is big particles in there, then I'll do exactly what we said, and we'll just put it right into Aqua Regia. Okay, let it sit and do its thing. Okay guys, like I said, I forgot to screen out all the big stuff, because when you pyrolyze, what happens is you end up, a lot of the lead will ball up and you'll have big chunks. And so we're gonna go ahead, rinse this out, and then pull out all the big stuff, and then hit it up one more time with a soak. So let's go ahead and pour this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this out here with no filter. I'm just going to pour it out slowly into here. All the heavy stuff will stay behind. So let's do that now. Okay, this is why I always screen everything before I go ahead and rinse it. And you can see this is why. You'll get like chunks of copper and like pieces of lead that all, basically just pile up at the bottom of your pyrolization can. And I meant to screen it out, but I forgot. So, that's my bad. But anyways, it shouldn't affect anything. I pulled this stuff out, and let's go see how it's working out, because we got the rest of it soaking right now. Yeah, we're looking real good. That's looking real good. Yeah, I didn't realize how much lead had melted in the pyrolization can, so we just got to remember that step. And basically what I'm going to do too is I'm going to write it all out and put it in, step by step on a piece of paper, and then so you guys can screenshot it so you'll know exactly step to step, so you can follow it as a 1, 2, 3. So before rinsing, I was supposed to screen, like you've seen me in past videos. I always screen it, but I was in a rush this time and didn't screen it, and had to go fish everything out by hand. It is what it is. But we're going to let this run its course, and we'll check on it. And if we still see that we got some crap in there, then we're just going to go ahead and add some not nitric, but a little bit of sulfuric acid to it. So we're just going to let this sit out and do its thing. Okay guys, it's all done. Now we just got to filter it and gather that sediment. Nice and blue that is. So we'll get to doing that right now. Okay guys, there's the sediment. After it's been dissolved in aqua region, I added some water to it. I actually screwed up and started pouring my solution in my waste rinse. Just a little bit, but man, what a kick in the butt. So now we're going to try to drop the gold that we got in this out. We got a little bit of urea already concentrated, and this time, instead of diluting the stump out in water, we're just going to go ahead and put 2 spoonfuls in and then stir it around. So let's go ahead and do that now. This is a nice solid concentration, so now I can't hold this and scoop at the same time, so I'm going to scoop the stump out in there right now. Okay guys, I just put in 2 big spoonfuls, or 1 big spoonful of stump out and like a half a spoonful. Now it's a waiting game. Okay guys, there it is. Gonna have to scrape that off because hydrochloric just ain't gonna take it off. I've tried that before. So what's happening is basically it's a thermal reaction that gets the gold to precipitate out, right? So what's going on is, the reason I keep having this happen is because I'm generally, it's always done with heat. Because I'm in the Northeast, I'm kind of doing everything like cold. So my catalyst can't be urea. So what we've done, what we're going to do in the next video is going to be a surprise for everybody, but we're going to be able to denox it and drop it all in one shot. Now I'll save that for the next video because I've already tried it and it worked beautifully. So, and that's a nice little surprise. So, and it's real fast too, real fast. So I'm going to go have to scrape all this off the sides as you can see, there's a fair amount of gold in there. So, plus what's on the bottom. So we're going to get to scraping this off, collect it, and melt it down and see what we got. Okay guys, it's all done. It's all settled down to the bottom. I was able to scrape a lot of the gold sediment off. You can still see there's a little bit on there, but it is what it is. So now what I'm going to do is use my sucker bottle, my snuffer bottle that I use for gold, to go ahead and pull all the liquid out of here and then get the solids and then melt it down. So that's the next step. But yeah, the hydrochloric acid would not take any of this stuff off. I could probably use nitric, but I don't want to waste my nitric, so I'm just going to go back to just trying to scrape this little bit of stuff off and then call it good. So let's get our solids and melt it down. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to use my snuffer bottle and basically just suck this liquid out little by little until I get it down to the bottom, so there's just a little bit of liquid that I can run through the filter and then gather our sediments, and then I'll try to scrape some of that black off of there, maybe put a little bit of nitric in there just to swash it around and get all that stuff to fall to the bottom. But I'm going to use this guy here to get this juice into another container so we can collect our sediments. Okay guys, this is the stuff I couldn't get off the glass. I'm going to do a nitric, put a little bit of nitric acid in there, and maybe a little bit of hydrochloric, a little bit of nitric to just kind of wash that off, and then I'll just put it in a little container for like later on or something. My new process should totally alleviate this from ever happening again. So we got a new process we're going to be doing in the next video, which I think is going to help us big time. So, but you can see there's still a lot of sediment down there that, you know, I couldn't get off. I'm going to attempt to scrape it a little bit more, but I think that's about it. Okay guys, so here's what we got in our dish. You know, not bad. I did put a bunch of borax on there to soak up any excess moisture. Now we're going to go ahead and wad this up, melt it down, see what we get. Okay guys, there it is. Now it's the final meltdown. Okay, let's melt this bad boy down and see what we got. Okay guys, so let's see what we got here. It's looking real good. Let's see. 2.3. Yeah! That's awesome, dude. 2.3, man. That is awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, man. That is huge. 2.3 grams out of less than a pound of chips. Where you going, dude? That is awesome, man. I'm going to take some close-up pics of it. That's winning right there, bro. Yeah! There it is, guys. Look at that bad boy, huh? That thing came out sweet, man. 2.3 grams. That come out real sweet, man. That is awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.